All right, everyone, welcome again to another product unboxing from Olight. This particular one I'm extremely excited about. It's the Olight Osight. And I'm fortunate enough to know some of the guys that put some effort into this. And I know that they have been through several different iterations of this light to make sure that it was the best that it could be and be something to be proud of, standing behind and working to release to the public. So this is the first item of this category or this type that Olight has sold. They've got lights, they've got flashlights, they've got hatchets, they've got all sorts of stuff that they have created or co-created for their consumers to have access to. But this is the first the weapon sight of any kind, and I'm very excited about it. It was released initially during the NRA convention in Texas this year for 2024, so it was part of a big flagship announcement along with some other products, and I'm very excited to let you guys see this. So as far as the packaging goes, very typical from Olight, very nice packaging, very aesthetic to the eyes, and the way that it's put together is just very, very nice, which is kind of a neat touch that some people appreciate, including myself. So this particular one does have the stamp on the side of it for the lifetime warranty or signifying the lifetime warranty. Anything purchased after the beginning of 2024 does have a lifetime warranty from the olightstore.com, including the flashlights themselves, which is something that's very unique, as well as very welcomed from their products. So and it's not something that's a marketing gimmick either. You legitimately do have a lifetime warranty. The customer service is absolutely outstanding. If you've ever had any issues whatsoever, you just send them an email or you get on the live chat on their website, talk to a real person. They listen to your problem and give you a solution almost immediately, which oftentimes is a replacement device. Or light. In this case, it would be the sight itself. So very stellar customer service. You don't see a lot of that anymore in the marketplace, and it's something that Olight prides itself on, as well as the quality products that they make. So it's kind of a double whammy from them. So there's a few things that are unique with this in comparison to some other pistol red dots or rifle red dots of this style, and I'll kind of go over that with you in a minute. So kind of a side note with this lifetime warranty, some of the packages still have the logo or the branding on the side that say 2, 3, or 5 years. The warranty doesn't matter. It's based off of the serial number when it was sold. They have record of that, and even if you're not the original purchaser, if your box says 2-year warranty on it, it just means that it's old packaging that they haven't worked through, or 3 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. They will still honor that lifetime warranty for anything purchased at the beginning of 2024 forward. So don't let that stress you if you get something from them and it has a different warranty period listed on the side. So let's go ahead and open this. I'm going to use my Otical donut that I just got to get the box opened here, and we'll take a look at it together. So cut the cellophane a couple different spots and get this put back away. So getting that off of it, the box on this particular one pulls apart. Very nice fitment, and we'll take a look at what's inside here. So the top cover just has a little neoprene covering on the inside, foam covering, and then you get to the actual sight itself. So the sight has just the sight itself. It is an RMR footprint, so it will attach itself to any slide cut that is set up for RMR, or if it's not set up for RMR and has plates to make it compatible with RMR, like Glock MOS I know uses, I think it's plate number 2 for the RMR footprint, and it also works for like Hollisons and so on and so forth. So if you have a Trijicon RMR or an RMR footprint optic such as a Hollison, this will work with that setup as well. So we'll kind of go over that a little bit more in a second, and I'll set that off to the side. There's a silica packet and then this little box here, and I'll tell you about this box and why that's important here momentarily. So if we open up the box even further, you got the insert that all of that stuff was just included in, and then your welcome message from Olight thanking you for being a part of the family, and basically just their little sentiment of appreciation for you being a customer and supporting what they do. And then you've got your user manual underneath that. It tells you about the different features of the site, what all it does and doesn't do. And then from there, there's some more packaging in the bottom here. We'll go ahead and take all of these out and go over what they are. And then at the bottom of the box, you've got your thank you from Olight. They include in there kind of a nice little Easter egg that's in the boxes themselves. So the first little package here, and it looks like, according to the pictures, it's got a case and maybe a cleaning cloth, and that's exactly what it is. So it's got a nice little case and a cleaning cloth for the lens that you can drop the case into, or whatever you want to do with that. So very nice slick material. I don't know if it's waterproof or anything of that sort, but it feels very nice and would definitely protect the site if you put it in there. This one's got a little picture of a screw on it, so I'm assuming this is some of the mounting screws that come with the light that you can use to set it up. And very first thing that I notice is it's in like a kind of a pill planter style box, which is a very nice touch. It's not just in a little baggie or something that's hard to deal with, and it is labeled on the outside to tell you the size of the screw. This one's a M3.5, M4.0, M4, or a number 4 by 40, and then a number 3 by 32. So you've got the different screws all organized and in the spot where they're easy to find, easy to identify, and you can grab the appropriate size screw for the application that you need to be able to attach the optic to either your slide or to another mounting surface or mounting device. So very nice little setup here that comes with that and the screws. This other piece looks like it has a cable and a tool in it. The cable itself is going to be, that's it in that box. So you've got your tool that's going to be your star bit for your screws, your mounting screws that come with it, and then the little skull that they've got engraved into this. It's got a metal center, and then the outside feels like it's plastic versus the metal. So nice little tool, and then you've got your adjustment that you can use for your elevation and your windage that's on there, and then your charging cable. It's got a USB A to C USB cable that you can use with a nice little cable organizer there as well. So very nice little packaging, very neat little setup, just for everything to really get you up and going with everything you need. So the cable itself, where that comes into play, is for the light itself and this little box itself here. So what I mean by that is this box is going to give you something that's unique to everything else or every other site, and that is a magnetic charging system. So you take this and you slide it onto the top of the site, and it lights up and tells you that it's charging. And right now it looks like the site itself is charging at about 30%, 32%, somewhere along in there. If you take the sight or the optic out of this hood, it tells you the charge of the hood itself. So the hood itself is down to about 15% or so. You can click the button on the side here and it tells you that. I do appreciate just noticing as I'm going over this with you guys that you have your product information for the battery and the charger and stuff like that on the end, but not only the hood itself that I'm holding in my hand, or the charging system, is blacked out. but the sight itself is laser engraved in black, and it doesn't have a really big, bright billboard sign on the side of it, which is a nice little touch. A lot of times you get optics and they're multicolored or they're bright white or something on the side, and this is definitely very nicely laser engraved. You've got your little hood on the top there, so very nice little setup. But the hood itself charges the sight, and then you can recharge the hood off of a USB Type-C. So no longer do you have to play around with 2032 lithium batteries or any other size batteries if you have some of the smaller footprint lights, but you can recharge it from this case. And one of the big concerns when I heard that it was rechargeable was, well, that's awesome, but as far as an application standpoint, not knowing the charge of the light or seeing how that was going to be integrated to where you would be able to know if that was even going to be an option was a concern of mine. Because I like the batteries, because I know if I just put a battery in it, it's going to be good, and it's going to be good for a while. But with something like this that you're recharging, having some sort of notification or some sort of indication of how much charge your light or the charger for the light has is completely paramount in my opinion. So I don't know if you guys can see that with the desk light that I have here, but you can see very quickly, very easily on the top the charge level of the case itself, or the charging hood, or the light. And again, while the optic is in the light, it tells you the charge level of the optic, and then it tells you on the case itself the charge level of the case if it's not attached to it. So you can plug that into your phone charger if you have an Android, or anything else with a Type-C cable, and you're ready to go. The lens has a very nice tint on it. This particular Osight is red, and it has a red tinted lens to go with the red tint for the dot. The window itself is one of the larger ones, which I really appreciate that Olight took the leap to do that, because obviously the larger the lens, the larger the window, the more fragile it's going to be. So the more robust you have to be in the housing and how it's put together and built. Otherwise, you're just going to be breaking the glass on these sites, and then obviously that's not good. That's not something that you want to have. I've seen other videos about these where they've kind of done some durability testing and some other things, and they seem to be just as durable as a lot of the other sites as you get, especially for the price point of these. You can pick up the red ones for $200, I think $199.99. The green dot version is $30 more, so it's $229.99. But the window itself is 0.94 by 0.85 inches in diameter, and it's similar to the Holosun competition series red dot as far as the size or the footprint of the height of it. So the zeros have been tested repeatedly. As long as you mount these, it's very important with any of your sights, your red dot sights for your pistols or whatever else that you're appropriately mounting them. They all have directions and instructions on how to do so. It's important that you read those and you pay attention to them, because that does make a huge difference in how the sight reacts with the weapon, because the slide itself that it's sitting on is moving at a very rapid rate. But Olight recommends 17 inch-pounds for the screws on this, so make sure that you're paying attention to that and you get it cinched down like it's supposed to be, then evenly from both screws, so that you don't have to worry about it moving a little bit and shifting your point of aim or your point of impact as you're using the light and zeroing it, as well as just shooting it for fun. So again, that's the reflex footprint of like an RMR, the 407, 507C Holosuns, and so on and so forth. So again, 17 inch-pounds on the screws, and then it'll go on any other plate adapter that you have for the sight itself. So there's a few different settings or a few different options with the light, as far as being able to adjust it as far as the brightness. It has a shake awake feature, which is very nice. If you have that set up and not turned on, you just set the light down or the sight down, and eventually it's going to shut off. And when you pick your weapon up again, your pistol, your rifle, whatever this is on, it automatically turns that dot back on. So right now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to pick up in the window or not the red dot, but me looking at it, it's up on one of the higher brightness settings now. There's some buttons on the side for plus and minus that you can turn it up and down with, and change the brightness levels of it. And it's got various different settings available for that. If you press and hold both buttons, it shuts it off, which is fairly standard for how these different types of red dots work. But on the lowest setting of brightness, you've got 70,000 hours or over 70,000 hours of battery life off of the battery that's built in. The internal battery of the sight itself is 170 milliamps, and then the charging hood itself is 800 milliamps. So you've got quite a bit of different batteries. It does show you, if you don't have the hood with you, on the side. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is lighting up that it's red, and that's because it's down to the lower range, or the lower charge limit of what the battery is. Green gives you a notification that it's nearly charged, so you know that it's ready to go. I believe it's green is above 50%, yellow is 20 to 50%, red is I think 10 to 20%, and then if it's blinking red, that means it's less than 10% charge. So it's a very nice quick view, or quick secondary point that you can check the battery level of this with this little indicator that's right in between the plus and the minus for the brightness. So the glass is very clear. Just looking at it, here at my little recording studio or my station, it doesn't change the tint of anything that I'm looking at. It doesn't distort it or make it bubbled or foggy or different color or anything. The adjustment screws, you can adjust in 1 MOA per click, which is fairly normal for these, as typically most people are using them closer range in the 5 to 7 up to maybe 40 yards or so at the most. So it's 1 MOA click, but again, that's at 100 yards is what that's based off of. So if you're down to 25 yards, 4 clicks is going to move 1 inch. So you've got at 25 yards, 1/4 inch increments that you can adjust the sight, but you're not really looking for those tighter increments, a 1/2 to 1/4 MOA clicks on a pistol sight, because you're moving in a finite amount the closer that you are to the actual target itself that you're looking at. So the total height of the sight itself from the floor to the top is I believe 1.29 inches, and it should fit in anything that your Holosun competition optics are going to fit into, as far as holsters and whatnot goes in the footprint. So width from side to side is 1.18 inches from the left to right, and then the length, so to say, from back to front, or front to back, however you want to, is 1.77 inches. So it's still a pretty small little sight. Just has some different other options with it. So they do sell a Picatinny adapter plate that you can use to attach this to any of your devices or your pick rails, if you wanted to mount it on a rifle or have it on a 45-degree offset or something like that. Whether it's a primary optic or a secondary one, in case your LVPO or other optic goes down, or you're just too close. So very very handy little sight again. So does very well. It's made out of aluminum. I believe it's T6 aluminum for the housing, and then the cover itself for the charging cover is a plastic, a high impact plastic so you're not going to have to worry about having any issues with that. But if you do, something deteriorates, breaks apart, again, they have amazing customer service and lifetime warranty. The dot itself in the optic is 3 MOA, which was something else that I had a concern of. I was worried that they were going to come out of the market, being, first time into this market share, this particular field, that they were going to shy towards like a 6 or a 9 MOA, just not knowing. Again, some of the people that were involved in this are avid shooters, all the way up to professional competition shooters that shared some insights and some different development opinions with these lights, and made sure that they got something that was visible but not super huge to where it was washing out stuff. So you can still shoot very accurately with this, very quickly, with that nice bright 3 MOA dot. It is waterproof, IPX6, and then the cover itself is IPX4. So you got a little bit more resistance with the sight itself, which is where it matters. You want to be able to make sure that the optic is covered for some rainfall, or if it gets splashed on or submerged in a small puddle or something, it's going to be fine. The hood itself, you want to try to keep to just some like splash exposure or some light rain, stuff like that, and not submerge it, just to make sure that it's good to go for you. So hope you guys enjoyed that. It's quite a bit of information, and I'm sure probably a little bit longer video than some of my other ones, but there's a lot of really cool things with this optic that you can utilize and take advantage of. It does have, with the brightness settings of the light itself, it does have 2 settings on the lower side that are compatible with night vision. So if you're running some kind of phosphorus tube or infrared receiver tube of some kind, you can use it with this optic and not blind yourself, because you can dim it down, and it's got the settings that are compatible with your night vision optic of choice, or your night vision viewfinder of choice. So being able to use this with nods, being able to use this on pistols, rifles, whatever you want to, very excited about what this is going to open up, or the doors that open up, and the subsequent future products with this that come out from Olight, because if it's anything like their flashlights and the quality that they put into them, I very quickly foresee this going through 1,000 to 2,000 rounds with me on a couple different pistols, and if everything checks out like I'm very positive that it will, I plan on implementing this into a duty use type scenario, to where I'm carrying it and depending on it to be where I think it is, and hold the 0 that I set it at, as well as reliably perform when I need it to. So very excited about this again, and hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a little bit. And I'll have some more videos with this, mounting it, as well as some range time, just to kind of showcase its reliability, and take you through some of the testing that I do with it, to make sure that it's something that I can trust. But I have no doubts at this point, and I'm looking forward to it. So if you guys don't already have one of these, or don't already have a olightstore.com account, there's a link in the description. If you stuck through to this long, I appreciate you clicking that link to set up your account. You get a $10 coupon by doing so, as well as a free keychain light with your first order, and some other perks that it signs you up for taking advantage of that and creating your own account. And it helps me as well, so that I can continue to bring content like this to you guys, and that way you can learn about some things that you maybe want to learn about, or want to pick up on, and want to see some opinions on it, or some firsthand reviews of it before you invest the money into it. So again, the price point on these, $199 for the red version. If you would like the green dot, which is better for some different stigmatisms and things of that sort, or some people just like the way it looks better. But that version is $30 more. It's $239.99, and you can get these again on the olightstore.com, and you can set up your account through the link in the description. So Appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Apologize again, it's a little bit of a longer one, but there's going to be some other fairly lengthy videos around this light, around this optic that I look forward to coming out and sharing with you guys as well. So appreciate your time, and make sure you like and subscribe so you can get notifications for those videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Thank you very much.